hopefully. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, and assembled company, welcome to the World Storytelling Cafe. And today is Tuesday, every our young tellers. Now, without anyone's going to notice, we made it an hour earlier because of it was getting very late in India for people to come and in Europe. So with the clock changes, we're hoping that by making it an hour earlier, we can get that someone will join us. So, or it might take a couple of weeks before anyone realizes. I think I'm going to message Vietnamese now. Well, mucking about with changes and mucking about with times is obviously a difficult thing. But hopefully it'll all come together in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully someone will join us. I did when I did all the social media today, making sure I made it clear it was going to be an hour earlier. Um, well, what do we got coming up? We've got Svena from Greece on Friday, 6 o'clock, the usual time. Um, we've got Mia from Tanzania coming on the following Friday, 6 o'clock. We've got a worldwide story round on the 19th, 6 o'clock, all UK times. Um, so, and that's what a worldwide story round, followed by Mad for the Road immediately. So it's going to be quite. 19th is going to be an amazing program, and and of course next Tuesday we've got our young tellers. Hopefully it would have seeped in that we're doing um, we're doing at 4 o'clock. Made it an hour earlier because it's very late now in India if we do it at 5. So, and also in Europe, I think it's 6 o'clock now in Greece and Italy. And what time it is in Italy now? I think it's might be easier for Kenza to come in at this time. It's on 5. Yeah. So now later in Italy, it's the same Italian time and Moroccan time. It's the same. It's 2 hours difference with Romania. Mm. Well, this doesn't work very well. That's my own. That's my. That's my fault. I expect I changed it around, but I did on the website it says 4 o'clock, and on all my social media it says 4 o'clock. But maybe we need to make a bigger splash. One time when we did it accidentally at the time, we got young colours on, which was one of the reasons I changed it. Never mind. So I just put it right on my social media. Mm. Oh, but failure. Mm. Uh-huh. Hello, David. You noticed we were starting earlier then. Brilliant. You seem to be the only person who noticed. Hopefully, someone else will join us. How are you, David? You're muted. Muted.
Hello.
For some reason, you're not coming through. Now, whether that's my end or yours. How are you, David?
Okay.
I can't hear you. I don't know whether it's the fault my end or your end. You're muted. Muted.
Hello.
For some reason, you're not coming through. Now, whether that's my end or yours.
Oh man.
But congratulations, you're the one person who noticed we're starting an hour earlier. So
Oh no.
I was hoping it was going to be easier for Jasname in India to join us if I started earlier. And it's also a little earlier in Italy. It's a good time in Italy. It's only same time in Italy as it is in Morocco. But neither Kenza or Jasname have turned up. We'll have to do some recruiting, I think, for the young tellers. Ah, there you are. Ooh. Hello, Stephanie. You seem to be one of the few people that's actually noticed we're starting earlier. No one else has turned up. One of the few people that's actually noticed we're starting earlier. No one else has turned up.
I saw you on Facebook, but
And I'm not actually getting anything. I can't hear anyone.
I saw you on Facebook, but
If you speak, just so.
yeah, I saw you on Facebook. I saw you on Facebook, and you couldn't hear David, so I thought.
Okay, I've got no
Hello.
sound at the moment. I'll pull this out. No, can't hear you. Can you hear me? That's okay.
Is he looking?
David, can you hear Stephanie?
Yes, he can hear me. It's only you.
Right. So what's wrong with this? Right, that and there, that and there. Oh, maybe if I. You speak again?
Hello.
I can always speak.
I'm still not getting anything. Still. Oh dear, this is disaster.
Hello,
Okay, still I've got a lot of crackling from my speaker,
Hello,
but
David. We'll just have a conversation
something
among
disastrous
ourselves,
has
shall
happened to
we?
my computer. It's on high.
Oh dear, poor John.
Right, complete disaster. This is a disastrous evening. I've changed the time. No one's noticed, apart from you and David. And I can't hear anyone, which might make life difficult for my workshop later tonight.
Well, why don't you log out and log back in again?
Well,
where's the chat?
How about I take that out altogether and that out altogether? Try again now.
Well, we're still talking here.
Nothing.
We're having a party without you, John. You know, me and David we're trying to put it up here.
I'm getting nothing. 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 Nothing.
Can you type to him in the chat, David?
Nothing. Nothing. More. See if I got no. Nothing. Nothing. It's just my speaker, isn't it? My audio definition is. Put this up. What? Right. Try again.
Well, we're still here.
Right.
Did you make it work?
Something is obviously desperately wrong with my machine.
Maybe you could turn your volume up. You know, try the little things first. Small baby steps. I tell a story, but I don't know any. He's not listening. He's not listening, is he? Oh dear.
Just so.
Oh dear.
Just You're speaking. You're speaking.
Yeah.
David speaking.
Yeah.
I'm on audio 100%. Something just died with my machine. Hold on, let's put the chats up. Oh, why don't I log out and log back in again?
Because we've only told
David
you
says
to
hello.
20, 30 times.
Okay, I'm going to try and do that. Waleed, providing someone lets me back in, providing Waleed lets me back in.
Well, if not, me and David will just have a party on our own till somebody else arrives.
Leave meeting. I'm coming back.
I just logged in for a story while I'm sorting out my office again. I had to rebuild my bookcases, you know, because I put too many books on them and they collapsed. And I didn't have a hammer because John's got my hammer. So I had to get these little panel pins, you know, pliers. So a bit like scissors, but like pliers, right? So there I was holding on to a nail in the back of this tiny, like 2 millimeters of bookcase with pliers doing this to rebuild my bookcases that were wobbling like this. So now I have to fill them all up. So I thought I'd log on and see if anybody had a story to tell, but maybe not. Here comes a storyteller. Let's see if this works. So now we can't hear John.
That's okay. I'm unmuting myself and now I can hear you.
Well, you know, wonders will never cease. Logging out and logging back in again. If that happens again, try looking at the chat for your instructions.
Okay. Well, it's been that kind of evening. No one noticed we were starting at 4. But I did put it in all, David noticed, you noticed, I was starting at 4 rather than 5. It was up on the website as 4. And I'm very good, David. Thank you very much. You should. So, I'm reading the chat. So you've been at your hypnotherapy conference.
I have. And I've just repaired the bookcase that you didn't repair for me. And if you recall, I just told David this, and I'm presuming they're not going to actually put this one up since I'm giving.
No, it's there. It's up. It's up. So it's being recorded. It's going out live on Facebook. So
that's okay. They don't need to keep it there because nobody else is watching. So you took my hammer.
Okay.
I just had to bang panel pins in with your blue pliers. So I was at the back of the bookcase doing this and cursing you. So
yes. Oh.
I'm sure you can't find my hammer, but there you go.
Well, what color is it? Is it a silver hammer?
There's one with a blue handle and there's one with a wooden handle.
I haven't got the blue handled one.
No, okay.
So.
But I've done it now and I'm not planning on doing any more DIY. That's your job. So.
Okay. Right.
So you're going to tell us a story, or do we have to wait for somebody else to turn up?
Well, we'll do. What was that, David? You want to tell a story? Okay, let's try. No. Oh, me tell a story.
Yeah, you.
Okay. Well,
I just hypnotize people.
Yes. No, I'll tell a story about a young man who was a charcoal burner. Well, he wasn't actually a charcoal burner. His family were charcoal burners. He was a sort of boy that no one thought could do anything, so they didn't make him do anything. And but it was a hard winter, and they needed more charcoal to sell. So they gave him a bag, they gave him a sack and an axe, and they said, "You're going to have to go and fill that sack with wood, with charcoal." Well, they weren't very clear instructions, sort of instructions I give that no one can understand. And so he's walking around, he thinks, sack, axe, sack, axe. And it came to the end of the day, and he still had no wood, no charcoal, nothing in his sack. And he thought, I daren't go home. My brothers are really going to make fun of me. And he sees an old dead tree. And he thinks, sack, axe, dead tree. I'll cut some wood from that and fill my sack. So he whacked the tree with his axe. Goes the tree. Bam. He thinks, talking tree? He didn't bother. Hit it again. Will you stop that? Said the tree. Came the voice from inside the tree. And he said, I won't. I need the wood. And he said, stop. He said, aren't you frightened about, they've got a voice coming up the tree? No, it doesn't worry me at all, said. Well, it should, because I'm a devil. And I've been thrown out of hell. And the devil has thrown me out because I've been bad. I mean, you've got to be really bad to be thrown out from downstairs. And he'd been misbehaving. And I've got to stay in this tree for 5 years. And if someone cuts down the tree, I won't be in the tree and I'll be stuck here forever. And I like it downstairs. It's warm. He said, well, I need the wood, said the boy. And I said, aren't you frightened at all? No, said the boy. Okay, throw your sack in, said the devil. Said the little demon. Well, the boy throws the sack in and it comes out again. It's full of charcoal. Now be satisfied. Well, he goes home and it wasn't just charcoal. When they got home, one side of the charcoal was solid gold. Well, they were rich. And the other brothers got married, but the boy, he said he was quite happy at home. He didn't want to get married. And they said, why don't you get married? You've got enough money now. He said, well, I'll only marry a princess. Dad, go and find me a princess. But you're a gypsy boy, said you can't go marrying a princess. So if you send your dad down there, they'll kill him. He said, don't worry. So he went back and he took his axe and he went back and he whack. What do you want? Well, I want something I can rub on my dad. I want an ointment so he can't be cut and he can't be burnt and he can't be killed. Well, put your hand in the tree and I'll give you a bottle of ointment, said the little devil. Well, our boy was, he wasn't that clever, but he did know that you didn't put your hand in a hollow tree with a little demon inside. So he said, no, you throw me a bottle of it out. He said, well, look, you'll break it. You'll break it. Supposing you miss. He said, well, then you make me another one. You can do anything. Oh, all right. Well, as it happened, he caught that first one. He went back and he told Dad to put all that stuff over himself and go off. Well, the whole village full of gypsies, mate. They said, you sent your dad to be killed. He said, no, he's going to be okay. Well, no one believed. But when Dad got down there, first of all, they poked him with the spears. Nothing went in. And then they brought out a big cannon. They They fired a huge cannonball, and in 15-pound cannonball, boom, it bounced off it. So Dad was taken to the king, and the king thought he must be a very powerful magician. He said, "What do you want?" He said, "My boy wants to marry your daughter." He said, "Well, okay, send him here and we'll arrange the marriage," said the king. And Dad went back and he said that the king wants you to go and he'll arrange the marriage. No, just send me the date," said the boy. "You go back and you tell him I'm not bothering to come down until the wedding day." Well, he smothered him in oil. This time they sent a 30-pound cannonball, boom, bounced off him. And the king thinks this is a really powerful magician. I better do as he said. Okay, next Saturday will be the wedding day. Well, the whole village turns up. Everyone puts on their best clothes. But the boy, he doesn't even bother to get dressed. He's just in his rags. They said, "Aren't you going to get changed?" He said, "No, I'll be back in a minute." He takes his axe and he whacks the tree again. "What do you want now?" "Well, I want something that whatever I wish for, I can have." "All right," said the devil. "You sit at the top of the tree, there's a golden acorn. Get that. When you want something, just pop it in your mouth. And whatever you think of, you can have." Well, the boy went in and he goes down to the palace with his raggedy clothes. And everyone goes down with their raggedy clothes. They go in and they're all in the yard. There's big tables laid out in the yard for the gypsy village. And the boy stands next to the princess, and there he is in rags, and she's appalled. I mean, I'm not even allowed to go, I mean, if we go out, I have to dress well because otherwise people won't want anything to do with me. And she was a bit like that. And so she was appalled, and he popped the acorn in his mouth, and suddenly he was in a velvet suit, beautiful boots, his hair was fantastic. And she felt instantly in love. And there was a big feast. And the gypsies in the yard, they were given the old cracked china and very, just the leftovers from the kitchen. The boy, so he pops the acorn in his mouth, and suddenly the tables are filled with silver plates and pheasant and all manner of the most wonderful food you've ever tasted. And the other guests, the nobles are most upset. They said, "Well, they've got better food than us," and the nobles all left. And the boy said, "Well, they're having more fun in the yard anyway." So him and his new wife went out into the yard, and they're dancing and they're singing and they're okay time. Then it's time to go. And the princess said, "I'll get my father to send a coach and 4 horses." And he said, "Don't bother." Pop the acorn in his mouth. Suddenly there's a coach and 4 horses, and the procession leaves, led by the coach. And she turns around to him. Said, "I don't even know your name." And he told her his name. And as he told her his name, the acorn popped out of his mouth and rolled out of the carriage. And before he had a chance, the little devil said, "The 5 years are up now, and now I've got your acorn, and you can't have it back." And suddenly the coach disappeared, and he's in rags. And the king's on the parapet. He can see what's going on, and he sends the captain of the guard to get back his daughter. And the boy said, "It's up to her. Now she can see me as I really am. No, but I am legally married to her. So if she wants to go back, I'll willingly let her go back. But if she wants to stay with me, there's nothing you can do because she's married to me." And the girl turned round and said, I loved you in velvet and I loved you in rags. I want to stay with you. And there was nothing the captain of the guard could do. And they went back to the forest. And actually, he became a really successful charcoal burner. And they lived well for the rest of their lives. Well, that got us through. well, I'm going to hang on for another 7 minutes just in case people come at the old time. And so I'll announce what's coming up. We've got, I did it at the beginning, but there was no one to talk to then. So this Friday, we've got Despina from Greece, Despina, and from Greece, telling stories at 6 o'clock for children. And then on the 19th, which is this Sunday, we've got a worldwide story round, followed by Mad for the Road, which is so we roll on straight from Mike Russ to Gary Cordingley. Mad from the Road's coming from Devon this time. So we've got a worldwide story round. Anyone who wants to come on and tell the story then are welcome. And then so it's Sunday at 6 o'clock UK time, 7 o'clock Moroccan time, and 7 o'clock in Italy as well. And then on Tuesday, of course, once more at 4 o'clock UK time, 5 o'clock Moroccan time, we've got our young international tellers. And then on the following Friday, we've got Mia Ganatra from Tanzania, telling stories for children, and so on and so forth and so on into December. So it's got a really exciting week coming up, and it's a very impressive selection of certificates on your wall behind you, Stephanie.
Certainly is. I'm going to put some more up over there later on.
Right. Do you need the hammer?
This is a family program. Watch what you say.
Okay.
No, I don't need a hammer anymore. I've done it. I've done that.
Yeah.
I need a handyman.
Pardon?
I need a handyman.
Oh.
So I managed to make this one because I've got my 5 o'clock with Ali on a Tuesday.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
well, I'm glad you came on and we did experiment to get my sound back because I've got to do a workshop later.
Yeah.
We'll just hang on these few minutes just in case anyone turns up at the old time. I'll just see if anyone's messaged me on Facebook.
No. No.
Pardon? You're not very clear. It's probably my speakers again. You're getting off, are you? Write it down in the chat. So. Hold on. Well, we got a. Oh, right. Bubba C's here. Right. Just letting in Bubba C.
I shall say hello. Are you letting people in, or is somebody else letting people in?
No, I'm letting people in.
Oh, right.
So hopefully Bubba C's coming in. I've just admitted him. Ah, there you
Oh,
are. Okay. Bubba C is now connecting. He's having a little trouble connecting. You've got 1 minute before you start your. Oh, he's now gone away again.
I was going to say hello to Baba C before I go.
Yeah,
I can be a bit late. It's okay. There's plenty of people there.
yeah. So he's probably trying to get in again. Having some connection problems.
Maybe he couldn't
nah.
see anyone.
No, it was connecting with audio, and it never made the connection, and it went away. So there's obviously some internet problems at his end. So
Got that paperwork. I got a file again.
that's great. Bubba C, where are you? He was coming back. Well, I hope. I can see when he's not trying to join us yet. So, well, he was, and he came on for 2 seconds, and then disappeared. So obviously some connection problems. Oh, oh, okay, Yes, they've delivered my. Oh, my parcel's been delivered next door. Oh.
So, do you put all this chit chat up on the actual website?
Well, it comes up. Well, it automatically goes up.
Does it?
Yes,
Even if nobody turns up?
I just told a story. Well, I don't know. I don't look. Um, I'm always thinking of the next program.
Nothing like being in the moment.
Yeah.
I should probably disappear and stop tormenting you since you're working.
Yes.
All right. Bye bye then.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, David. I'll see you again.
Nah.
All the best.
And oh no.
It's just you and I, David. Well, I'm going to leave it now.
About the
I think I'm going to leave it. We left the hour. No one's joining. So thank you for trying, Willie. Thank you for flying the magic carpet, even if no one turned up. It's 2 weeks. We tried it both ways. Hopefully, but it'll be the same time next week. So we'll stay with this, see if it works. Okay. Very well, everyone. Have a great week, everyone. Have a good week, David. Bye.
and the the and